remember when all it took to entertain us was listening to a really good story. Telling stories is a tradition as old as time. Yet, in a world dominated by AI and technology, it has become more crucial than ever before to nurture and celebrate the young literary minds of tomorrow, to express themselves and create whole new worlds. Here at Bribooks, it is this very talent that is recognized and celebrated. In today's show, we'll take you through to the Bribooks National Awards and Exhibition. Creative writing in its purest form allows us to express our deepest fears, tackle societal norms, and create worlds beyond our wildest imaginations. We now take you to the main highlight of today's event, the Bribooks National Young Authors Fair. Let's take you to the event.
Thank you for being here. As Raul, my co-founder, my brother, my partner, said before, Bribooks is kind of a dream come true. Even in my craziest dreams, I never imagined that so many children in India and around the world will be writing books every year, sharing them and learning multiple skills. The secret that we learn is that your words, your imagination, is the most powerful force in the world. If you can imagine something, you can bring it to life. And this is the change.
How do events like, Bribooks National Award and Exhibition, how are you giving a platform to young authors to publish their books in a time when, everyone's so focused on the growing AI and technology? How is this platform giving young authors a voice?
Especially because AI is growing so well, and technology in general is growing so well. This is actually why sometimes you need to go to basics. You need to have the ability to write and to talk and to share your feelings. It's all about feelings and imagination. It's really not about the technology. We always tend to think that what's important is the platform or the AI. It's not. You need, even if you want to use the AI tool, you need to use imagination to do it. So the only thing that we're doing is giving a tool for children to use their imagination and share their imagination with the world. That's it. I always believed that kids should have a voice. I love listening to children. I think you did it quite a lot today. You just sit with them and just like, okay, tell me what you think. And it's mind-blowing because when you're young, your imagination is like as extreme as possible. And sadly, over the years, you're losing out of it. So this was always the vision in everything I did with children. Obvious that you connect all those dots. And to be honest, I didn't know Bribooks would be so successful and so big. I just imagined that I should give a platform. And then when you give a good platform to people that have good imagination, the sky's the limit.
Why don't we go around and just each of you introduce your book?
I have written a book, The Hero. I wrote a book, Chasing the Impossible, and it got first rank in jury award. I wrote the book, The Mystery of the Missing Numbers.
My book is Maya's Green Clear Water Quest.
And I have written a book called The Water Warriors of Jalgaon.
Why don't you go around and tell me about your creative writing process? How did you go about writing a book?
I really believe in writing a story which has an end, which has a moral, a value.
I and my father love studying math,
and I thought that what if numbers disappear someday? What will happen? So I got the inspiration from there and I wrote a book.
When you write a book, the most important thing is the plot or what relatability you get from the books.
Author should always use different and new types of words along with vivid expressions.
A message I would want to give to my fellow readers and authors is that invoke your imagination in the book and make it like sound interesting.
I have written 3 books till now. My first one being Dancing on My Wheels. The second one, which is India's bestseller, it's I Am Possible. And my third book, which has been nominated for this the award ceremony, is a book on how to write a book.
Success is something everyone strives for. So I wrote about it to inspire others to find their own unique journey.
So story basically gives you tips on how you can fight climate change. So basically like you can plant more trees, save water, save electricity, like that.
How you marketed your book and how did you make it a bestseller?
So in my society, I held up reading sessions and made everybody read my book, and whoever liked it, they bought it.
The best person who can market your book is the author itself, because when you have written the book, then you know exactly word to word what you've written, the sentences you've written, and you're the person who's going to relate to that book the most.
Behind every great young author is a parent, a teacher who has bolstered their confidence, nurtured their creativity, and inspired them to dream big. They are the unsung heroes who have planted the seeds of creativity in the minds of these young authors, and today we celebrate their dedication with the Literary Leadership Awards.
And now it's time to celebrate India's #1 literary leader, the Delhi Public School, Sushant Loh Gurugram, who have made it possible for the young authors to accomplish their goals.
Do you encourage your students to maybe incorporate technology when it comes to their writing process, or do you encourage them to just write, pen to paper?
We also encourage our students to use technology to have a picture representation of whatever they are writing. When I went through the stories, there were certain stories in which the children have written about the relationship of like his or her relationship with the parents, and such witty stories, you really feel like laughing, and it's such a beautiful experience they've shared with all of us through their creativity. There are certain stories in which the children have used great phrases and words. Sometimes we come across words which we never expected from the students, and we have to open the dictionary and see what is the meaning of that word.
Global International School, Telangana, Hyderabad.
So we asked them to do some research based on the topic, and we even provided a list of vocabulary where they can imbibe in their writings. Nowadays we have been living in a life of distractions. Not even 6 seconds span of concentration is happening in the children. So in this kind of scenario also, the children are sitting together with their parents as well. Even I should extend my gratitude for all the parents as well, those who have supported, because from grade 3 students we have been motivated to write some story, some short story, that's enough.
Next we have Medicap International School, Indore, Madhya Pradesh.
If your child doesn't need mobile, don't give mobile. That way, other parents, I would say, that should prohibit children from using mobile. Only if it is, any need is there, then only that should be given. Otherwise, we can keep it aside and give them a book in their hand. I think that will be the best gift that we can give the present generation.
Moving forward, Jargon Public School, Krishnanagar, Varanasi.
I just tried to tell them that you please don't be afraid of imagining, don't be afraid of writing and expressing yourself. Bribooks has played a huge part in shaping my students academically, and now my children are in the loop of writing, they are in the loop of creativity, they are in the circle of reading and innovating something and writing them down.
Next we have St. Joseph's Convent School, Prem Nagar, Firozabad, Punjab.
I always prefer that my children, they should write original. They should be creative. And whatever a person writes or a child writes, it is going to touch people if there are things which really are life relatable.
Next we have Delhi Public School, Udhampur, Jammu and Kashmir.
In the summer vacation, they are given a book to read, and once they come back, because if you tell them to read, they will not read it completely. So when they come back, they need to come and present that book. So what happens if there are 35 kids in the class and you're giving them 35 different books to read, even if they come back with a review of a minute and a half, so you are able to get them 35 reviews done. So this was the strategy where we were making them sure that they read before they write, because they were not authors, they were just the budding authors, I would call them. So it was very important for them to read before what text kind of thing, or what what subjects they must be writing on, where they can go, because I gave them a complete liberty of write whatever you wish to write, because the dreams are unlimited. So must look at the dream factor first and then start writing.
Next we have Delhi Public School, Patiala, Punjab. It's now time for our teachers who have inspired their students to become published authors and share their insightful stories with the world. We will begin with Ms. Pratika Chadda of Uttam School for Girls, Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh.
In a world which is filled with so many distractions, whether it's social media, video games, how have you inspired your students, motivated them to pursue reading, pursue writing?
I tell them, you see things. Okay, you were playing a video game and you've won, or maybe you've lost this time and some of your friends have won. So there's a story behind that too, how you might have felt, how the other person might have felt, or your perspective on how you could be better. So let's write that down. All of us are storytellers. We've been grown around storytellers. Our parents, our house help, our teachers, we also know a lot of things. But are we journaling them? Are we writing them? Or if we are, where? Why not put them at a platform which gives you actual stage which you are supposed to get?
Ms. Swarna of Laurel High Global School, Rajamundry, Andhra Pradesh.
I believe the students are the greatest storytellers. Ask them anything, why you came late home or why didn't you do the homework. They give the best stories ever. So I believe the stories are there in their minds, but how to put them in an interactive way or how to present it, the Bribooks have given a beautiful platform for that, so that they know how to they started to know how to plan it and how to implement and how to give their imagination a real, bring it into a real world.
Slipping into a short break, on the other side, we take you to the most awaited moment in the National Young Authors Fair.
We would like to use this moment when we all have a respected guest on the stage to launch the path-breaking publication, India's first newspaper for children, by children, presenting the Bribooks Time. a newspaper written exclusively by young journalists.
And when we relate with the topic of storytelling and creative writing, let's create something, okay? And my creation is on the CREATE acronym. So quick chat on, if at all we are going to talk about the storytelling and the creative writing part, if we have to do something called as CREATE, if C for critical thinking is there, right? So let's have a quick vote on critical thinking.
We need to challenge that AI and bring the critical thinking among the students is one of the big challenge for every educator, I think.
So research, know your own culture, know what you're writing about, that's important. But also because you're writing something of your own and your own thoughts about it matter, this is the essence of critical thinking.
That empathy, that belongingness, that understanding of surrounding, what the people around us are facing in today's world, that's very important for our children to understand.
All of them was thinking that AI will be replacing the human power. But I don't agree with it, because AI has been created by ourselves and we are trying to know how to use this. Adaptability means accepting the things, whatever comes on our way. So it depends on our perspective.
Technology is intervened in everything that we are doing, but on the same time, in order to be creative, in order to be able to express your feeling and all those things, you need to be a little bit blind to it. So it's something that you want to walk with, but not really know that you have it, and it will keep evolving and evolving and evolving, but we will not become technical creatures.
I think we'll engage with a lot of creative and wonderful forces. I think the future is bright, and I think everything points in the direction where we take technology that helps us create, like Bribook does, and then we engage with more people because it becomes more accessible.
If suppose we are going to have this CREATE for the future skills, these are the skills which are not only going to help for each and every of the child to not only write book or express their imagination as this beautiful platform of Bribooks, and big applause to Ami who has really made this as a global revolution, you may say, to bring up that thoughts.
Pursuits like these tell us why it's important to nurture the inner poets, storytellers in our kids, to help the healthy growth of a child. We now speak to the educators whose dedication help our young authors flourish. Talking about Bribooks as a platform, it's such a unique platform. So what do you think, how important are platforms like this to guide our young authors? Because it's one thing to have an idea and to write the book, but getting it published, sharing it with so many people across the world, how important are platforms like these to guide our young authors?
According to me, yes, very important. It is such a unique platform which fosters imagination, enhances the creativity of the students, and improves the communication of the students through writing. And the most important thing is that apart from giving the tools, apart from helping them to create the stories, they also help to publish the stories. They give the platform to publish the stories, and going one step ahead, which I really like the most, they make the students entrepreneurs to help them sell these books. So I feel this is an integration. In National Education Policy 2020, it is also said that it has to be an interdisciplinary approach, an integration of all the subjects. So I consider this as an integration of English and integration of business studies, wherein we create an entrepreneur after seeing the creativity of the child.
It's very important. You know, these young kids, they are publishing at the age of 8, 9, 10. So, you know, it's so nice to see that such a platform has come up, because, you know, I remember I've written so many poetries and I've lost them because there was nothing, you know, during our time there was nothing where we could actually publish it or where we could actually present it. So they were just piece of papers which got lost during, you know, the time. So I think Bribooks has given a very good platform for students to write their imagination, and not only write their imagination but publish it and also win awards for that and also earn through their publication at such a young age. So it's very good platform. Definitely I would like to congratulate Bribooks on coming up with such a good initiative.
As we draw the curtains on this year's event, we celebrate the storytelling, the powerful creativity of our young authors here. In a world of noise, their stories remind us of the importance of creativity. Thank you for joining us on this year's edition of Bribooks National Awards and Exhibition.
We love